From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader.
Hey everybody, how's it going today? Another week that is not a Monday but a Tuesday, and welcome to everybody out there for a Titillating Tuesday. It is that special time of week. Sure, we'll go with week. We'll do that, okay? Because it's not a year, and I don't do a one-year show. So, how's it going, everybody out there? I hope you guys had a wonderful in Canada, Remembrance Day, and in the United States, Veterans Day, and that you gave thanks to all the wonderful veterans out there that gave their lives so we can have what is left of the freedom that we have left in our country. Great to see you all. I want to thank everybody that's here so far. Foggy Brains, who is first, but definitely not last. How's it going? First, I am not Foggy, or Ted, I am here at all. Yes, you are. So, because, you know, he has a split personality, because better, now I am here. So, there we go. And hey, Carla, how's it going? Don't know if you can say it, but that's okay. You're still here and hopefully lurking, and I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And, of course, everybody's favorite Killer Rabbit from space. Yes. How's it going, dude? Great to see you here. And shall we do what we do every day, or almost every day, on a live show? Yes, we shall. Let us welcome our pundits, shall we?
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Admiral King, how's it going?
I'm despicable.
Are you really?
Sure, it depends on who you ask, right? Still haven't been struck by lightning.
Ah, there we go. Well, then that's a good
Pardon
thing.
my French, but you're an asshole.
There you go. Aren't we all in one way or another?
Exactly.
Pop Culture Republic, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, it's going well. Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Is it going?
Yes,
great?
It is.
Okay.
It's going great.
Good. Okay, awesome. And the Geeky Classic leftist, Tom, how's it going, dude?
Dual, 3 personalities, 4 I don't know how many there is.
Hello to all of you.
Chair. You get a new personality. You get a new personality. You get quadrophilia. You get quadrophilia.
I'm going to give a take that might shock everybody. Can I give it?
Yes, you may.
I know what it's going to be. I can feel it coming. Go ahead. The Marvels was decent, right?
No, I haven't seen that. But I didn't hate Loki. I'm sorry. It wasn't.
You know what? We're going to talk in a minute.
Right. It's all good.
You're not allowed to leave after the show. We have to fucking talk. What the fuck are you talking about?
He has declared blasphemy.
All right, listen. I want you to open up Gardic phone. I want to give fucking geeky leftist a goddamn Rorschach test. You do understand that the only reason they were able to make that story make sense was that in the last 2 episodes they erased everything up to the first 25 seconds of the show.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then grafted on an entirely new ending. So it was Lost. It was the ending of Lost. None of it happened. None of it.
Pretty much.
Oh, wow. Well, when you're in a corner, I guess go for the classics.
Well, you could say that Loki finally got his.
To be honest, it was so hard to review and assess that show. Snail, Messiah, and I tried to do it. It was like hitting your head into a wall. And I'm like, what do you think, Snail? And he's like, I don't. I lost the capacity to think 5 minutes after the show began. And I'm like, all right, me too, kind of. It's like, and then they admitted like they were geniuses that they wrote episode 5 in like 6 hours because they didn't have the story to go forward. They didn't know what they were going to do. They changed everything in like one weekend.
But if
I was
anybody
like,
pulls it off,
we couldn't tell. We couldn't fucking. It wasn't right up there on the screen, obvious. Sorry, go ahead.
Tom Hiddleston can pull it off, though. I think he did a good job again.
When he was being menacing and acting like the Loki we remembered.
Yeah, I like
he
those
was able
scenes.
to evoke it. But we're talking 20 seconds, and we don't know whether he's evil or good or neutral. He just goes there with a very passive face and wraps up time and a new unrolled out technology they're counting on us to figure out. And today's internet leaks. Did you know the show was good until you read the internet leaks, or was it good outright? You know what I mean?
Hate it. Yeah.
So it's always every day. And how is it always 77 Easter eggs? There's someone out there like with that name copyright, like 77 Easter eggs. No one's taking my idea.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. There's always 77 Easter eggs that mean the show is smarter than we were, and like it's like the dumbest piece of shit show in the world, like Kenobi. It's so unbelievably
Yeah, I agree
dumb.
with you
You want to self delete, right? And they're like, you're actually dumb because in the background of Obi-Wan's home is a cape hanging on the wall. It's a moisture farmer's cape, meaning that they're like, what the fuck is this? It's a piece of cloth on a goddamn peg.
And I like Ewan McGregor, but yeah, that was trash.
He wasn't trying to. I don't know if I like Ewan McGregor anymore. And he's like, if you're being racist for Riva because you don't think that girl power is everything, I'm going to jump into my big vat of gold and tell you all you're bad people. Fuck off, Scrooge McDuck. You're only the second best Obi-Wan.
You're
the third best Obi-Wan.
Oh,
I'm going to give it to the Clone Wars guy. The voice of the guy from Clone Wars is the second best Obi-Wan. Alec Guinness is the one and only Obi-Wan Kenobi. Fuck you.
Hey, I like him in Trainspotting.
Tree Rock Creations, thank you. He got me hot under the collar with that Loki comment. Whoa! And we need ours. Tell your friends about us. Tweet out this stream. Tell everyone you know the world will end.
Watch
the
the
world will
arguments.
end if everyone
yelling.
doesn't listen to Comic Relief Crusader. There are people whose lives depend on you getting this stream tweeted out to them. And hit those like and follow buttons for my friend. We're going over the top today.
Hell yeah. And by the way, I'm going to go on Mike for you. Let you know, Flip City Magazine. I finally had a chance to sit down and read. Amazing stuff. So yeah, check them out as well. Wow. Amazing.
Yes.
amazing,
Guys,
amazing.
I'm going to just say it. For those of you who don't know, our pal Comic Relief Crusader works like a madman all the time to support his family, but he's such a great YouTuber that even at this level, he was able to reach an amount of subs where he's monetizable. If we could just get a few people to listen for a couple more hours, we'll be over the top long enough to get the paperwork filed and sealed away, and Mike will have that many less problems. So if you like this show, if you like us, bring it to you. And you remember that I'll only on here just so often. There'll be shows without me too. You know what? Like, please help my friend Mike out. Listen to this. Not only should you listen to it, you should put it on another device and mute it and listen to it on that. And put the broadcast on infinite repeat until Mike can monetize this and bring you more high quality entertainment like the kind you're going to get later when he's on Manorama. Sorry.
I wouldn't.
There you go.
I actually do leave it on the side while I'm on too.
More like
I'm sorry. When one of my friends is on the verge of an achievement, I get excited for them. I'm all in on this, man. I also, like last night's Jets game, like Monday, like Sunday night's Jets game, where we saw that the second half was actually a simulation.
So that being said, I want to say hey also to Tree Rock Creations, how's it going, dude? And Super Coach G Films, hey, how's it going? And the illustrious Lenrod, he made it, yay! Awesome. Hey, Lenrod, how's it going, dude? Nice to see you here. Okay, well, seeing how, as we do every week, and everybody gets a good laugh, we shall get into the stupid news, shall we?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready.
Oh, let's remember those ground rules we laid down about giving people breaks to blow off their frustration and stupidity, because my head might explode. I need like a Doomcock helmet for this. The only person I'll listen to the news for.
Awesome.
Oh, that was neat.
It was rather neat, wasn't it?
And by the way,
so-
everybody, before we start, best wishes to our pal Captain Fandom Nerd having some surgery today. Our hearts are with you. We love you, buddy. We love you.
Yeah, dude. So this is stupid news this week from RX. Queer academics suggest pedophilia be taught in schools as an innate sexuality.
Why did I just
Innate?
want to punch my
does-
screen? Really?
Please help me
Why?
with the precise definition of innate.
Exactly. Well,
What does innate mean? Absolutely normal and natural? I got to Google that word now.
But just before you continue, the community doesn't accept that for the most part. No.
No,
That's
exactly.
Innate.
Basically,
Yeah,
like,
it means, get this, innate means inborn, natural. I had to go with the exact definition, and the philosophical definition is originating in the mind. Because I know what
And
innate
well
means,
done.
but when people want to play word games like this, here's something that they don't realize. I've got something smarter than you are in my fucking pocket, and I know how to use it right to undo your fucking bullshit. It's not innate.
So yes.
No, this is a hard no.
It is. It's a very hard no because
And hard
again,
drugs. Fuck this guy.
Yes, because
You
as
know,
we said numerous times before, let kids be kids. Just let them have fun. Just be the children that they are, and not program them. Suggest that there's
Well,
something
program
that's
them
not.
with morality. Tell them to do the right thing, whether it's easy or not. Tell them the right thing. Bring them with you to the baseball game, or go to their baseball game and act properly, and don't scream at the other parents. Program,
Teach
you know
them
what?
right from wrong.
You program them
Yes.
by being a leader and modeling the correct behavior in front of your children. That's gonna go a long way.
exactly.
Queer academic. Every academic and every queer is angry at the way he has put those two words together and made it as though it's like some sort of study. So like I have some Q blood here under the microscope, and as you can see, it's triangular, like conforming to the abuse of the mid 20th century, and a little pinker than everyone else's. It's like fuck you, fuck this guy.
Yep.
So,
One right.
This
Another
is making
person
me
who
angry. I have to mute and yell.
Sacks and needs to move their link into more extreme measures to get off. Yep, exactly.
Oh, I'm not trying. I'm trying not to swear here. That's
No,
just
I am definitely not trying to swear. But you know what?
I don't
You know what?
either.
No, you do not push this in schools whatsoever. You do not tell them that they're something that they're not. You just let them keep their innocence. Let them play that children are meant to play, and just leave them alone.
and we go with that.
Let's just be honest. It does. The argument we're going to get back here is this guy's doing something age appropriate, since this is the actions of he's talking to college students, right? No, you're not. It's not a good idea to put this out in the main. It's not an idea to inject this into the main, because some of these people will become teachers.
Yep.
Some of these people
Yeah,
will become
already.
teachers.
So
It's
you got it
just
right, Tree Rock.
Some of them will become police officers. I don't want a police officer who believes that maybe it's natural. I just don't want one job. Fuck
more
you.
of this stuff is just making me sick at my
Hi,
stomach.
John.
I'm getting to the point
none of this
where
should
I
exist.
can't.
Exactly.
None
John,
of this should
exactly.
exist.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, it's
That's
gross.
right.
Guys, we
Ken
might,
Rabbit,
just
yeah,
between
that's
all of
the guy
us,
Who needs to meet the business end of a baseball bat. You got that right.
Guys,
Oh, I
just
go more
between-
extreme than that, but anyway.
between all of us, this is such a hot topic that use your freedom of speech in the chat. But if you see us deleting chats, it's not because we don't like what you say on this one. It's because they'll come after Mike.
Yeah,
All right, but use your freedom of speech, but like we're at a precarious point here. Like anyone putting anything crazy, like say what you want. We'll let it hang out for a second or two, but then we might have to get rid of it. So think things over on this one.
Trust me, I want to say things that would get them banned. It's just that's gross.
But I mean, you have much more freedom of speech than we do.
Use coded language.
And
we do
and
as
don't-
well.
Precisely.
And here's
so
the
that
other
being
thing.
said-
Remember, don't be like this guy. This guy is a dick. Don't bother him. Don't text him. Shun him, if anything. Do not speak to him. Do not bother him. And do not bother with him, because, wow. Some colleges will give a fucking 2-year non-tenured professorship to anybody. He's going to be fired, so he's saying something, or he's going to be let go and replaced by someone who makes less money because he now has experience. He's going to be churned and burned by his university. So he's saying something crazy to sell his book. This guy's a real lowlife for this, in my opinion.
Just what in the world is going on with our society that we are at this point?
Well,
I can bring this part up.
It's not a of society whatsoever. But
Los
let's move on.
Angeles, they classified it as MAPS. Like, don't.
Oh yeah,
Call it what it
Oh,
is.
yeah,
Call it what it
I've
is.
heard that term
Yeah, but-
before. It's like,
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
But
Mike. I'm not
go
going
back
to be able
to
to not
what,
curse.
I'm angry. Damn it, that kept me around.
yeah.
I'm not going to be able to not curse this week. Sorry.
Let's get a laugh out of the next one because
Good.
touching
We
up
need it.
on
Good.
a little bit of a word that Teague had mentioned before about dicks. This coming out, burglar sues homeowner after being raped by German shepherds while being stuck in the pet's door. No. The look of horror on Mike Lorber.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest here. I really want due process on this one because if you don't make sure that this person isn't a burglar, you're saying if I kidnap someone and do a bunch of shit to him and just throw him on my kitchen floor and call the cops first. So we need to know exactly what the hell happened. This is too crazy. This is crazy.
Like, how did
much-
that? No,
I don't hate a burglar this much. I honestly don't hate a burglar this much.
But apparently the dogs did. So
Like, I mean, does he rob
Sounds
people
like
with
the
his?
dogs anything but hated him.
Like, does he rob them with his pants down though? Like, what? Like, he goes in half naked. Like, I'm not. Like,
Do
what?
we
A
even
horny
want
shepard,
to know?
isn't it?
Do we
A hor-
even want to know at this point? I mean,
Sounds like a-
seriously.
Yeah, R.I.P. Calculon. Moving on.
Moving on.
Exactly.
Moving right
Moving
along.
on. So there you go. He got his just rewards. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Cooler Rabbit,
If
what do
this
you
is
find
true.
stories and good dogs.
oh, they're cute long-haired shepherds. They're beautiful pups.
Exactly. They look so happy.
You do.
Him, on the other hand, the look of sheer horror on
I
his
don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh God! I find these stories out in the interwebs. So, Lindrod, if he was stuck in the door, how did we know it was the dogs? Oh my God! You don't, but you just have to take their word on it. So, and this is why you get good guard dogs, you know. So, and especially German shepherds. So, True Rock Rations, yeah, this insane space marine needs an attitude adjustment in the same way.
Oh boy, I think we need the new. We
Yeah.
need some articles
Oh,
now.
boy.
Yeah.
My brain is hurting.
Okay. Oh man, I love finding these news articles. I really honestly do. Okay, so
You're
let's
destroying
see.
my
Back
goddamn
to-
brain for ratings, but okay, fine.
I know.
I woke up retarded this morning anyway.
Well, the New York Times was kind of slow, so I just find what I can out there. So
I canceled my New York Times subscription that I've had for 35 years after 3 weeks on this show.
I don't believe
Like,
you.
it's like, this is bullshit. I don't want to listen to it anymore.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so, well, as many of us know, much to our detriment, the Marvels are out, and
Who?
we've talked a lot of that exactly. So we've talked a lot about the Marvels, and you know what? Everybody else is talking about the Marvels. That I really, at this point, don't feel like talking about the Marvels because it's done. It's finished. It's it's a thing
Put
of
a
the
fork in it.
past.
It's done.
Exactly.
It
It's
was the
not gonna
lowest
make it-
rated for the MCU ratings in the opening weekend.
I know.
That's a slight
You know.
misnomer. There was one movie that did worse. The Hulk in 2008. Was that the Eric Bana one, or is that
Well,
the,
within this universe, I mean,
and-
yeah.
No, I think that's like one of the second MCU films.
That
It was
is
like the
loose.
fa-
Yeah,
it was
is.
failure to boot. It's only loosely because it failed to work. It failed to catch on.
And I didn't
Yeah.
mind it, but
But I'm
I don't
trying to
think-
remember, is that Ed Burns or is that Eric Bana? The Eric Bana one was more comic book like and very experimental and audacious.
It was.
But
It was.
but it worked
The one
even
directed
less.
by Ang
Ed
Lee,
Norton.
you mean?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
worked even less than this one, but it was very comic book like. Their
was-
hearts
yeah.
were in the right place. It didn't work.
I enjoyed them
Yeah.
because I'm a Hulk fan, but yeah, the Eric Bana one
I
was,
enjoyed it
or
'cause
not
Jen-
Eric Bana,
Jen-
but the Ed Norton one was better. So
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it because Jennifer Connelly's jeans were very tight, and her
Yes,
t-shirt
agreed.
was also
Cheers.
very
I
very
agree
tight.
with that.
She didn't wear a bra in that movie. But aside from that, the first Hulk movie, only interesting artistically, the story was kind of a mess.
but of the current film,
Yep.
like this is one of the lowest ratings they've ever had. It's like wow.
It
This is
is.
tied with
Are
their
we
lowest
surprised?
from before the true beginning of their universe.
Are we
But now
surprised?
that we
No,
got that pretty much out
not
of
in the
way,
least.
And we
Not in the
know that
least.
that's going to be a essential bond, because, I mean, let's face it, retconned and, gender swapped characters. And, I mean, let's face
Like
it.
Zach
The only
Wilson,
likable
Jets
character would
quarterback.
be Miss Marvel because, she's just a quirky teenager kind of thing. That's pretty much it. But, the next movie is coming out, and it's not a Marvel movie, as we know. It's a DC movie. And it's Aquaman, right?
Oh.
So
I don't give a shit anymore. It's 7 years late, right? It's 7 years.
Yeah,
it's not
there we go.
7. It's not 7 years since the last movie. It's 7 years late.
Exactly. So this from Bending into Comics, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom director James Wan reveals he completely changed the film's version of Karshan, a villain is now a powerful female Atlantean politician instead of a human shark.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to save that movie. He's a genius.
Exactly. So not only do we get gender swapped and race swapped characters in the Marvels, but we're going to have one in Aquaman in the next Aquaman movie. So
right.
If you look very
close, would this be species swapped? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a species swap too.
Yeah,
this poor bastard. He's so compromised. Stay away from him. He is a bad robot guy. I thought so. He's the idiot who directed Rings of Power and thinks that that male toxicity ruined Rings of Power. James Wan is a fucking idiot. This is his resume: MacGyver, 95 episodes. Need I say more? Now this is not the MacGyver of old. This is 2016 MacGyver. He's never done an original thing in his life. Samurai Rabbit, Saw 10, Swamp Thing 2019.
This is the face that Warner Brothers is going to make when this film.
Insidious Chapter 3. It looks like he starts as the Saw sequel director in 2005. This guy does not appear to have ever done an original idea. Jigsaw, Insidious, The Nun, The Curse of Lorna, Annabelle Comes Home, Swamp Thing, Mortal Kombat 2021. I hate to say it, but when you make the first Mortal Kombat movie look like a true classic, you're really... I mean, this guy's talent is not where he thinks it is.
Well, the Annabelle Insidious stuff I enjoy, but I'm a horror fan, so... But no, he's not that
good.
You lost me at the MacGyver. I mean,
95 episodes of MacGyver 2.0. A show that only
there's only one MacGyver. There's only one MacGyver. There's only one Magnum PI.
So
with this MacGyver show made it because all the ladies loved this MacGyver. I guess he was really handsome, but then no one ever talked about like if the show is good. They're like, I hope he's wearing like his pleated khakis this week. Oh God, I want to see him in a suit. And that was like the show, the only appeal the show had, and it made it as long as you'd think. Exactly its own contract. 3 years.
So the article says here, while the walking, talking human shark seemed like the exact kind of comic book camp that audience would absolutely gobble up at the box office, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom director, James Wan, has revealed that outside of a name, the film's live-action take on the villain, Karshan, will share nothing in common with the human-shark hybrid original comic book incarnation. Well, imagine my shock, right?
About that?
Because for some odd reason, I don't know, it seemed to work with King Shark and Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
They saw Shark Boy and Lava Girl. They saw Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and they're like, "That's an idea. That's substantial."
Exactly, Lenrod, the first Mortal Kombat.
I agree, Lenrod. It is a true classic.
Yeah, and Armageddon film is so bad it's great.
It's
exactly,
also.
Well,
is it the first video game? Is it the first ever video game movie, Mortal Kombat 1?
No, that would be Mario Brothers back in the early 90s.
No, this one's before. These are so close, Mike. They come out like really within months of each other, maybe the same year. Yeah, let me take a look at this one.
Yeah. So, because I mean, let's face it. Yeah, seeing King Shark in Suicide Squad and James Gunn's Suicide Squad, that was great. That was awesome. Sly Stallone voicing King Shark, that was super. You could actually make it work, and it was for lack of a better word, somewhat believable to see that on the screen. But no, we can't have that in Aquaman 2. Heaven forbid, heavens and Murgatroyd. Should we dare even do that and stick to a comic? No.
No. Comic book
No.
lore? What's that?
Yeah,
Come on, get out of here with that.
Come on.
This is the Aqua Dude Bro number 2. You guys have some interesting directions to it.
Exactly.
Oh, just on a side note, if I may, Mortal Kombat was
Yeah.
95, Mario Brothers was 93, so there's a 2-year difference.
There we go.
Street Fighter is 1994.
Yeah, Street
so
Fighter
the
was
I was
the
first
about
one,
to say Street Fighter.
first one goes to is it Mario Brothers because Mortal Kombat's 95.
Yeah, Mario Brothers
right.
93.
Now let's
Close,
remember
though,
something:
close.
A Hard Day's Night, Spice World, and Mario Brothers all have the great Bob Hoskins from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so they can't be bad movies. In fact, I think I invite everyone on Spice World to please sub and follow my friend Mike. You would make powerful allies.
Yes, you would. Lenrod, yeah, comic book lore might be a hot take most of the time, but there are certain themes that really should be held to. Exactly, dude. And welcome, Stark of Iron, dude. Nice to see you here. The first video game movie technically is The Last Starfighter, followed by Tron. Mario.
Oh, there you go.
Tron. Yeah, totally forgot.
Yeah,
about
Tron.
Yeah, totally kind of forgot about Tron. But then again, wasn't Tron just essentially, being in a computer? Was it really technically?
Let's turn this around for a second. Isn't it the
And
whole
Last
third
Starfighter,
part?
though, was a sci-fi movie that had a video game in it.
Yeah, it wasn't
up
based
on
on a
it.
video game. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
the video game came after the movie on that one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure,
right.
but there is a
That's right.
video game if I remember correctly.
Same thing
You
with
know what?
Tron.
How about
there was
this?
a coin
Here
op
we
game
go.
for it after the movie.
Exactly.
82.
Exactly.
Tron was
I
in
can fix
82.
this. You ready? I can
Yeah.
fix this. It's the first console-based game movie.
Okay.
There we go.
I just saved
So,
it.
first introduced in DC Comics and back in 1963, Green Lantern Volume 2, number 24, Karshan originally began life as nothing more than an ordinary tiger shark. Ooh. However, after being bombarded by radiation thanks to a nuclear reactor experiment gone awry, the fish suddenly transversed evolutionary eons in a matter of minutes, becoming man and evolved past man. Yeah, there we go. And there's the
That
issue
pesky
right there.
radiation will do it every time.
Exactly. Damn that radiation. So yeah, because here is the original comic page. So I could read that up because it's just fun. So from the pages of Green Lantern, for actually just before the Flash explosion, one of the most monstrous denizens of the deep, a tiger shark, had wandered in close to the shore in his ceaseless search for prey. Dun, 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 dun. The full force of the prestigious blast struck the huge creature squarely, penetrating deeply into his brain and nerve centers and producing a fantastic effect, sending the giant creature into an uncanny accelerated evolutionary spiral.
Dum,
I should
dum,
get Iron Boy on here
dum.
because he'd have fun with this. So, unseen by any human eye, the creature managed to reach the shore where he transversed evolutionary ends in a matter of minutes. Became man and evolved past man, became man of a million years from now, and finally the process slowed and ceased. God, I love these 60s drawings. It's just hilarious, man. It's just-
Only in
Yeah.
comic books.
Exactly, because I just love it how a shark essentially becomes like ape to human, from human back to basically man shark, right? It's like we've
Yep.
come full
It's a
circle.
good evolution. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly, because this just makes sense. But whatever, it's a comic book. I love it. So,
Yeah.
oh god, yeah. So, despite the physique, advanced brain power, and extremely powerful mental abilities granted to him by his new humanoid form, Garshawn still found himself a slave to his baser instincts. And upon coming to terms with his updated existence, he immediately sought out the strongest prey in the area, Green Lantern. So great, you have a basis right there of who and what this character is, right? and and like I said again, it works for King Shark. So you know what? Why not have essentially a similar character in Aquaman that I would imagine gives Aquaman, like a run for his money, going toe to toe with, a half humanoid Sharkman, or what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
No,
Nothing
exactly.
at all. It doesn't fit
nothing.
today's narrative.
friends.
Yeah, there we go. John Riddle, halfway through the transition, he turned into a proto-Nixon Clinton clone.
It's kind of true.
It is
I don't
kind of
disagree
true,
with
isn't it,
that.
though? Yeah. Let's look at that again, because it's just Oh, actually, yeah. You're
You're
not
done.
wrong, John.
Yeah, that's kind of freaky.
I'm not a shark.
Yeah, that
I'm a man.
transformation sequence
But I'm not a
is
man.
gonna
I'm
go
not a shark.
Exactly. So, radiation turned the shark into Cal State Long Beach mascot. There we go. Oh man, yeah. When does it become a Sharknado? So, oh my God, Chew Rock Creations. Yeah, Captain Janeway would have that shark for lunch. Damn the Prime Directive.
Neelix,
I
make
don't know.
coffee from the shark.
I don't know. I mean, wasn't there that one episode, where they ended up on this planet and they de-evolved into these salamander-like creatures or
Catfish.
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Catfish,
what?
basically.
That
Yeah.
episode is such
Yeah.
a mess because the
So-
doctor goes like they first of all, it breaks all Star Trek canon really quick. That episode breaks all Star Trek canon. The thing they do, they've done like 50 times before, and there was never any consequence to it. So like what they did was we saw in that moment the reason why they stuck the Voyager out in the Delta Quadrant, where like maybe they could destroy it if things got too stupid, didn't want to bring it home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just a pale Battlestar Galactica. It's still fun. It's still Star Trek. I like the show a lot, but when it's bad, like they were trying to do something there, and they didn't know their Star Trek well enough, and then they say things that don't make sense and contradict. Like for instance, the EMH, their doctor, says, "Mr. Harris has broken warp 10. It appears that he's been everywhere." All the time, all at once. And then they're like, so what does that mean? He may well evolve into the next stage of human evolution. And for a minute there, he's turning into like kind of like a brainiac. And then the next time we see him, he's like a slug man. It's like, wait a minute, why did he go backwards? Why is he unable to articulate? Like he lost his linguistical skills. And then like in one of the best moments in all of Voyager history, we see that the captain, he kidnaps the captain, brings her to warp 10, goes to a planet. Whatever happens to him happens to her 60 times faster. When they get there, there are two salamanders having sex on the beach. And it's Chakotay and some rando red shirt. And I'm like, will one of these things eat a red shirt? How bad is this going to get? So Chakotay looks at the red shirt, and the red shirt looks back at him, and they look over at these two fucking salamanders, okay? And they fucking they're raising their arms to face them, when all of a sudden they look revolted, and we see three tiny salamanders, like they look like what are they called, nautiluses or some sort of weird lungfish, and they all crawl out of the dirt and walk into the water and float away. And then Chakotay, having no more of this shit, simply phases both of the giant lungfish on the goddamn beach. He just phases them. He's like, I've had enough.
When it's not bad, it's good. It's just so.
I honestly think that one was so bad that it kind of hit the tones at old Star Trek when. They didn't always get done what they wanted to get done on old Star Trek, but on that particular episode, on some episodes, things would go so wrong that it would be absolutely great, and you would love it, and it had a charm all its own. The episode Threshold is like that from Voyager. They make so many mistakes, and it's so wrong and such bad Star Trek that it's actually worth watching. And if you want to see, I did a watch party on it. Don't tune out now because Mike needs the hours, but bookmark this to come up next in your queue.
And John, and then they grow up to become Disney executives. That's right. So
this
I just want
episode
to say
of
hail
Admiralty
to.
got a special guest on it.
And I just want to say hail to Penny. I missed you, Penny. Thank you for joining in. Nice to see you again. So
Penny, we've been running into each other on and off all day. It's so nice to see you with like a lucky Penny.
It is. But just going back to this, there's nothing wrong with just introducing that original character because it brings more fun to the movie. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
So through his initial reign of terror would be brought to a swift end thanks to the Emerald Knight's unshakable willpower. Karshan would continue to serve as a minor antagonist to the core Earth-based members throughout the years. His most notable appearance coming during Crisis on Infinite Earths, where he was revived by Guy Gardner, whose only weakness is the color yellow, so you could beat him to death with a banana and nobody would really care, to serve as a kamikaze attacker against the Anti-Monitors home base of Q Ward.
Good choice of words. Kamikaze is the right way to say it.
Exactly. God, I hate Guy Gardner.
Did you change that one on the fly, or is that how they wrote it? Because that word is a little big for this particular publication.
Well, the word is in there, but the
wow, that guy really spent all. He's like, I'm earning my $100 for this article.
There we go. But the beating with the banana, that's pure comic relief Crusader. So, that's right. Yeah, because, he was a Green Lantern, I guess, apparently later on he became what?
By the way, didn't we arc this shark back? Didn't we complete this shark's arc in the movie? He arced back to good because they showed him friendship.
Well, that was King Shark. So this is a different shark, right?
How many fucking sharks do we have in this goddamn universe?
I don't know.
Too many.
Where's Snagglepuss? When does he come in?
Exactly. So, because as you can see here, still in the comic, no way, Bela Lugosi. I've got the full briefing on you. Eat whatever else you want, but you're not sinking those fangs into me. I brought you back for a purpose, namely to fight. I must feed. Damn him. He's used his mental powers to turn the water yellow.
What?
He peed in it, probably.
Yeah,
so,
what the hell?
Okay,
yes,
sure.
He's read that novel, Yellow River by I.P. Freely. So my ring won't work on yellow, so it's like I'm in a cocoon. The energy can't go anywhere. I am evolution at its utmost meat.
Quick, stop that criminal. I can't. He's Chinese.
Yes, exactly.
There's nothing I can do.
I am the survival of the fittest in very truth. You know what? I got to give it to kudos to whoever drew this comic, trying to plank on a shark head on a man body. I know they're trying their best, but this is probably, I mean, look at that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to any of you fans that read DC Comics. I'm sorry, but it just does not work. Okay. That's
what year is this swimming pterodactyl comic book from?
But this is why I just could not read.
Is that a Skeksis? Is this the dark crystal, like the nether realms of water?
This is
the way
1986.
1986.
Look at that.
Okay. So the Jaws thing is still sort of out there a little bit.
Yeah, not all things that came from the 80s were good then. Okay.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's sad.
Look at that NFL Heroes, that Marvel comic.
I was born in 1989, Pop. That's really mean.
There we go. I have the mind to mold reality to my will. Oops, a wall sprung out of nowhere with all the instincts of a perfect carnivore. Now I feed.
Honestly, the strength of the character, the front-on view is the best thing you could do. And what was he supposed to imagine making that choice about the shark's eyes? It's like, well, sharks have expressionless dead shark eyes. I can draw them. Exactly. I'll make my creature Shark Man.
Yes, knock knock, land shark. Yeah, that's
land
right.
Shark.
Candyman.
Old horror reference. That last panel looks like Rawhead Rex. If anybody's ever seen that movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, it does. It looks like Rawhead Rex.
It's just
goodness.
Hello, Wendy.
Right. Hey, Wendy, how's it going?
Hello, Wendy.
So you were 16 back in 1986. Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. I went to not alive.
15.
How did this person figure out how old I am? Who said that comment? So somebody must have heard me talking about what year I graduated. Well,
I would have been 15 in 86.
Whoever said it nailed it.
Yeah.
I was.
There we go. Oh, Lenrod, you got to go. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Hey, buddy. It was
Catch
thank you for
it
stopping
on the
by.
weekend if you can. So, and try to spread the link if you can. I'd really appreciate it. There you go. Yeah, Pizza Man, Telegram. So, frick. And hail to Ray Lucard that I just made in the good time. So, hail.
Hello, Ray.
Lucard. Nice to see you here. So, yeah, this is probably why I didn't read a lot of DC comics. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Karshan, DC's overabundance of shark-themed villains left the D-lister with little room to swim in the publisher's canon. A brief delayance with the then.
It's not that he looks like ass. It's not that he looks like ass at all.
Exactly. With the newly revived Hal Jordan in the 5th and 6th issues of Green Lantern Volume 4 would be the last readers would hear of the mutant menace for the next 13 years. Well, technically, I guess not mutant because they're metahumans, I suppose you can call them in the DC universe.
The
I
comic
mean,
version was radiation, right? So it is a mutant.
Yeah, I suppose technically. So,
by the way, I just want to point out something very quickly. The best shielding from radiation. Do you know what it is?
Besides lead?
Aluminum foil?
It's better than lead. Better than lead.
Oh, really? Okay.
The best shielding against radiation is
paper.
Water.
Oh, water?
Ooh, water.
Yeah. So something like a shark becoming radioactive. What was it? Jumping through the air when the radioactive wave got it? It's like you saw a seagull flying low. And so
that was until 2018, when 7 years later, after DC had hit its reset button on their comics continuity with the New 52 initiative. I'm going to say initiative. Karshan would reintroduce himself to the very world as a very, very short-lived member of Amanda Waller's The Suicide Squad, meeting his end after just 3 issues, courtesy of a literal backstabbing from the Atlantean teammate Finn. Okay. Oh, so.
Oh, goodness. That's a shame.
So it is. Because, first of all, I don't know about you guys, but doesn't Finn rather look like a certain Inhuman from Marvel's? Yeah. I'm trying to remember his name. From Marvel. Yeah.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I do. So.
And then the first glance, I thought Savage Dragon from Image. I mean, that's the first thing that popped into my mind.
There you go. Oh, and hail to Vince Womack that just joined in.
Hello.
Greetings to you, dude. Nice to see you here. So, that's the first thing that I see. It's like, oh, you're ripping up Marvel or Savage Dragon? Yeah, I'll go with Savage Dragon too on top of that. So,
by the way, as far as this whole discussion goes, one quick side note. Because of and I know this is a different universe, but because of what happened with Jonathan Majors Kang, here's my prediction. From now on, as many big bads and characters as possible will be a CGI monster with an unknown voice actor, so that anything happens, your monster's fine. Because this shark can't do anything wrong in the real world.
No,
and if his voice actor's nobody, it won't matter.
Yeah. I'm guessing this shark wouldn't take orders from Aquaman. Yeah, no, probably not. So, because
probably not, no.
Yeah, wasn't that one of Aquaman's powers to basically command all sea creatures and stuff like that? So,
right, yes, he did have the power to communicate with them, and they tended to sympathize with him.
Yeah.
Here and there we find adversarial sea creatures, though.
Exactly. So, to which, of course, as you know, that when sharks smell water, they go into a frenzy. So, so I guess he was eaten. So, oh well, poor him. So, at least he looks better than his 80s counterpart. I'll give it that much. Somebody actually did some work. So,
yeah, it does look a bit better.
So, they said he was with Suicide Squad. So, is that King Shark then at the end? Like,
that's a good question. Okay, because we got Finn, and then we got this Tiger Shark character. And so we got King Shark.
Well, they said he began life. Didn't they say King Shark began life as a simple tiger shark, or was that radioactive man shark?
Yeah, that's weird. It's because they had the King Shark in Suicide Squad, was voiced by Stallone. So,
yeah, 2 or 3 shark characters.
Exactly, right? So I'm guessing 3. So while the villain was relatively obscure, a relatively obscure one, even amongst the most die-hard DC fans, the October 2021 announcement that Escape Room Tournament of Champions actor India Moore would be portraying Karshan in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom had many fans hopeful for some over-the-shark top action, right? Because like I said before, it worked with King Shark in Suicide Squad, right? Sly Stallone voicing him and stuff like that. It was fun to see him. So, looking a little space out of time.
Oh, here we go.
I read ahead.
I read ahead. That next line says it all.
At the same time, Moore's self-identity as a transgender, non-binary individual led some to speculate that Karshan's character would be changed to fall more in line with the actor's real-world traits. Oh,
why?
Check boxes aren't going to check themselves.
Exactly, because
hey, if they would have made her a female shark, I'd be whatever different. Okay, but no, she's just going to be
some
a trans.
prosthetics.
Like,
yeah,
stop.
Exactly. Yeah, Vince Womack, especially that one dolphin and Aquaman, but we don't talk about that anymore. Yeah, exactly. So because that should stay in the bedroom. Yeah. So whatever the actor or actress, oh God, identifies as, no, you got to make him that. Because reasons.
So you can never have ever again an autobiography. The only movie you can have is like Phone Booth, and you just have to have everyone else just come in as like a voice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One point of view, one static shot of the guy in the phone booth, and that's it.
Yep.
It's the only movie we can make anymore. It's the only movie you can have anymore. We tried to offer you nice things, and you called us histophobes. This is what you got. Yep. This is the kind of world you wanted for yourselves. Exactly. Lots of love making, but no love.
That's right. So people, I think we kind of said it on and off on this show about Aquaman 2, especially with who Mrs. Bedpooper herself, that might damage this film. This
I don't think it's going to matter no more.
Yeah,
I don't think
it matters anymore. This film is going to go the same route as all the others.
I feel bad for Jason. I generally feel bad for Jason.
Hi, Vince, by the way. Right. Very quickly, there's two reasons why it doesn't matter. One, most of these losses are 2-3 years ago. This company survived making most of this movie. So that, in that sense, they're stuck with it. It might break them to get rid of her. That's one. And two, because the losses are in the past, anybody who doesn't see this movie, that's that much less money they pick up in the street. But this is found money now for this corporation. They're so fucked from this movie. It's 7 years behind schedule. It is 7 years behind schedule.
It is. It is basically dead. The pretend part of acting is basically dead.
Well, the rumor is Amber Heard's character might be killed off, so that'll be a good moment. So
that would be
if that
good.
happens.
I mean, if DC can survive this, then they should go ahead and put out the Batwoman movie that's been shelved.
No, might as well.
They burned it. No, you mean Batgirl, and they burned that.
Batgirl,
or do you mean Batwoman?
It is.
Well,
Batgirl had to be burned.
Proverbially burned it. It's in the can, and it's being.
No, it's not in the can. I heard a couple of people say this. I don't remember exactly who, but I was told directly that if they ever use any part of it, they have to pay all the taxes, and that they had to hand over every piece of it to the government. So, do you know that trailer we saw for the movie?
No.
They made a trailer for the movie, but here's what happened. They canceled the movie. They burned the movie. They called back the cast for a trailer to make them feel better, so that something could exist to show their work. And they reshot the trailer later so that they could have a cast party and apologize to them because they had done their part of the movie. It was down to rendering and CGI and stuff and scoring. It's still far from done as far as the money thing went, but the actors had done their part. So they gave them a movie, they gave them a trailer, and they pulled some music from another Batman movie. You know what I mean? And they didn't.
Because from what I heard, that's
not from the movie.
That is no, this is not being released. From what I've heard. So,
no, what I heard was this: it was that they had to burn one movie, and they're like, Black Adam and Aquaman will save us. Batgirl has to be burned. It was that arbitrary because Batgirl tested higher than Aquaman.
But there you go. Yeah. So if you couldn't make a movie any more worse by, more gender and race swap,
no shark at all.
Swap, no shark. Yeah, exactly. So you're not going to.
That's weird too, because sharks have 2 penises.
I'm not going to ask how you know.
Oh, it's half right.
Because I live on an island near the ocean and I've seen dead sharks washed up on the beach. And I've been to this place. You should check one out. They're called aquariums. And I own a television.
Because I wasn't going to ask, what are you doing around
Shark Week?
Yes, I'm part shark, but it's one that's stacked on top of the end of the other.
We love Shark Week.
So, unfortunately, in typical comic book movie fashion,
Shark Week, I send my divorce lawyer a card.
More predictable route that the aforementioned one went in with bringing Karshant to the silver screen. Speaking with Empire Magazine for their December 2023 issue, one confirmed this Karshant is not a shark character. It's different from the comic books in that sense, right? So, yeah, you're not going to be getting... Yeah, you're definitely not going
I don't know what to make of this one because the character is a horror story, right? They're like, we wanted a Sharky kind of story because this cheap Sharky thing we made works and no actor's likeness will be on the merch, so we can keep it all. In a way, it's a win-win. The movie's not going to be so great, but it'll be mostly CGI rendering. Maybe we even go full cartoon on this one. This does not sound what I would call full-throated. These people are like, this is a trial balloon to see what form this project takes. Yeah. In my opinion. Yeah. In my opinion.
This is, oh God. Yeah. I want to see fun. I want to see this big, giant, humongous killing machine with bulging muscles eat people.
Yeah.
I want to see,
sorry, we can't have escapism anymore.
No, exactly. I want to see a king shark.
That's a typical colonizer move from you, Mike. You want the great white shark, I suppose, right? Right? Look at you. Look at you.
I'll defend him on this. He might want the Megalon. He wants the Megalon. So.
The Meg?
Yeah, exactly.
So which is the ancestor of the great white. So you're going back on bloodlines now, classic leftist. I see how you people work. I see how you try to separate us with your agenda. Your heavily messaged code talk doesn't fool me, Mr. Classic Leftist, sir, if that's your real name.
Wow.
Oh goodness.
How dare I? I only. Yes.
Dare
you?
Have
one comeback for that.
So I know. I blanked out on that one.
Okay.
A mechanical
I could say
arm.
Yeah.
I mean, how scary is this going to be now? It's
the scary thing about it is going to be the box office. I mean, it's like
actually, that'd be comical.
That's my only defense.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, let me do this as Smithers. Ready? Check out our new character, Amalgam Man, sir. It's an amalgam of other successful characters and genres put together into one.
That's my response. So
there you go.
Yeah. In an effort not to offend, the Great White Shark will be officially renamed to the Average Caucasian Shark.
I think it should be called the White Devil Shark. I want the White Devil to be the name of the shark. That would have been cooler. The White Devil Shark. What do you think sounds cooler?
Oh, John Randall, you got to go, dude. Thanks, John, for jumping on in. If you can spread this link around, I would greatly help it because I'm really close to my content. So anything you do.
By the way,
really appreciate that. So
you know what I'm going to do later because of what I learned today through this logic? I'm going to go downtown to one of the Fortune 500 companies. I'm going to seek out a minority, and I'm going to grab a manager and say, listen, as we can see, I'm a white guy. I want that motherfucker out of here, and I want their job. And as we know, they'll just give it to me. So that's why this is fair.
Yeah, that's right. But this is why we can't.
They won't ask me anything else. They'll be like, "We'll get rid of that guy for you, Mr. White." I'm like, that's right, Mr. White. Right. Call me Mr.
So
White.
one of the things he says that we wanted to do now that Arthur is king of Atlantis is to give him barriers within the political world. Of course, because that's what we need. barriers in the political world, he explained. Karshan comes from the High Council and is like a political roadblock for Arthur.
Wait, did they
Like,
just share the universe? Isn't that what John Wick works for?
Yeah, probably, yeah. While one did not provide.
Oh, that's not. Wait, no, that's
specific
the high
details,
table. That's the high table. Sorry.
Yeah, regarding his translation of Karshan from shark to human, particularly in regards to the aforementioned discussion regarding his new vision, gender identity is currently presumed via Moore's use of female pronouns, in addition to non-binary ones, that the cinematic incarnation will be depicted as a woman.
It's like Citizen Kane, but stupid and underwater.
Exactly. That's basically it. Oh my god. So there you go. This movie's coming out on December 22nd, so 3 days before Christmas. I'm thinking that I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'll be sure to skip it and watch something I'll actually enjoy.
This is
exactly. I think that I need to maybe wrap presents or something that day. I don't know. There's something I'm gonna do other than seeing. I'm gonna catch this movie on Paramount Plus in 3 weeks.
There you go. Vince Womack, would you rather watch Aquaman 2 or The Man from Atlantis with Patrick Duffy? And
Man from Atlantis every time.
Yeah,
Man from Atlantis.
From Atlantis.
Remember the episode where water was invisible as though it wasn't invisible already? That was deep concept, man.
Yeah, it was. It was, crystal clear, almost invisible water, pretty much invisible water.
I think the $6 million man is a better idea. So, you know what we need? How about this? Can we get the $6 billion man and have that franchise back? That would be awesome.
Oh,
I would watch that every week. You know what? Jason Momoa would be, if we just cleaned his ass the fuck up and gave him a haircut and made it look like he could take orders and had him stop being this one-note rebel character. Because I'm sure the guy can act, right? How about we let him be the $6 billion man? He was a former astronaut. A genius. Well, maybe that's a stretch, but he was a good pilot.
I'd be sort of kind of okay with that. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know though.
Farrah was in Playboy. Lisa Bonet was in Playboy. I mean, I see this as
of his that I really enjoyed was Stargate Atlantis. I think that was probably the best thing I've seen him in.
Well, anything that starts with the genius of Roland Emmerich, right?
Yeah, true. They tried to season a Bionic Woman. That's true. So they did. And that only lasted probably not even one season, but. I was
Bionic Woman?
At the time. Well, no,
the original Bionic Woman?
The version 2.
Oh, did they have Lindsay Wagner, or did they have a new Bionic Woman?
They had a new Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember
this. Was this from the 20
trying to think
teens?
of the actress's name. No, someone's around there. I'm trying to think of the woman that acted it.
Okay, so it's always Adrian Palicki. If it's a canceled pilot, guess Adrian Palicki. I don't. From England. What's her name? Scully from the X-Files.
No, not her. She was from England. I can't remember exactly who. So,
but yeah, I'll remember to avoid this in December. Godzilla -1 is coming out in December. I'll watch that instead.
Yes, I'd sooner watch Godzilla -1 than this for sure.
Yes,
so, because at least that monster is not gender swapped, species swapped.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah,
that might be the one thing I will say. That is
no,
Godzilla.
Don't touch my kaiju. Let my kaiju. Don't mess with my kaiju.
It's only a matter of time. You know what's coming.
No, the Japanese will not let that happen.
I have lived to see. You know what though? We have lived to see the greatest iteration as far as how he looks of Godzilla ever. You can say whatever you want about that last movie, about King of the Monsters, when he's walking down the street and he's super hype and he's just blasting out radiation because he's so doped up on it and it's devastating everything, and he just stands there and does the fucking kaiju pose. That was one of the most amazing moments of monster movie history. And say whatever else you want. It was like a Snyderverse argument. I know that there are problems, but that moment.
Well, this one is based after the Japanese one, and they're saying the rumors coming out of the rooms are it's one of the better they've ever had in years. It's going to be amazing, I guess. So.
Well, that's cool.
Right. It's tested really good. and he looks
So
amazing
seeing
now.
as
That's
we
good.
are pretty much at the
what?
1 hour mark.
But I agree with you,
we
Teague.
are
Yeah.
going to take a brief commercial break. So to everybody out there,
Real quick, Mike, before we go to break, the thing that this
Okay.
Japanese movie has going for it is in Japan, they could give a fuck about woke and your woke emotions, so that won't factor in at all.
True.
That's very
This is
true.
true.
Very
Yeah.
true. They do
So to
not
all of you
care.
out there, let us take a brief commercial break here before we go on to the next article.
Yay.
These every day? Well, swallow this. One of your vitamin provides all the nutrients found in 365 of your daily vitamins without the hassle. Once swallowed, our scientific liquids dissolve, releasing daily doses of rejuvenating snail oil that target your body's empty nutrient reserves and fill them up automatically. Exterminate your deficiencies with One a Year Vitamin. From the makers of One a Year Vitamin comes One a Year Split, a perfect solution for those with a narrow windpipe. This vitamin is softer than our standard pill, allowing you to divide the vitamin in easy to swallow pieces. Take your One a Year Vitamin monthly, weekly, or even daily. And a purchase of this vitamin includes one customizable pill container for free. Exterminate your deficiencies with One a Year Vitamin. Your purchase of a One a Year Vitamin includes an invitation to The Swallowing, our New Year's Day celebration where we sing, chant, and take our One a Year Vitamin together. Exterminate your deficiencies with One a Year Vitamin.
There you go.
Okay.
You need to take as efficiently as possible.
1 a year.
Sure.
Yep, 1 a year vitamin. So
Mike, maybe turn yourself up just a touch. Maybe it's my headphones. Chat, let us know. Are you maybe a little compressed sounding? You're not robot.
feel a
Yeah,
little
I do
bucked
believe
up
a little
about-
compressed.
no.
It's still it sounds strange to say to someone who has a robot icon, you're roboting.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird. So
You're not
people do that.
roboting yet. You sound a little compressed. You
Yeah,
okay?
okay.
You taking your Hey, Rob Thunderheart, it's good to see you
No.
lurking out there. We have
Rob
a celebrity in
Thunderheart,
the chat,
welcome,
ladies
dude.
and gentlemen. There's nothing closer to a true Renaissance man than our pal Rod Thunderheart. He's spiritual. He is a master of combat. He is a master of performance. He is a master of movie analysis. He loves Rush and lives by the spirit of the radio.
That's right.
Nice.
Oh,
And we've got some
there you
wicked
go.
And
outfits.
you'll be on Manorama later with you probably, or maybe I don't know. I don't know the lineup. It's going to be a big surprise. We
Yep.
find out when we get there.
There we go.
That way
yes,
you'll be in the
it is
chat. Ladies and
One in
gentlemen.
ear vitamin. Yeah, exactly. So, Killer Rabbit. Yeah, they're going to change Godzilla into a non-binary woman. Yeah.
No,
Sure
no,
will.
stop.
Nope.
Stop
We
that.
don't really know what Godzilla is. He's neither fucked anything nor laid an egg. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell do we know?
Yeah, exactly.
It has never mattered. This is like one of those things like the freshest female. It's like, wait, what?
Exactly.
And we all said that.
Let's get to our next article, shall we?
I love boobulating boobs days. Let's get on to our next article. We're in between articles, ladies and gentlemen, what I call the Silicon Valley of boobulating boobs days.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow.
I know. Okay. So the next article, next article that we got pretty much is coming from Netflix, I believe, a little later on this year. So hopefully, because I made a video a few weeks ago explaining this, that hopefully this next series coming out is based off of another manga and anime that came out, I believe, in the mid to early 90s. So, and hopefully they take the same cues as they did with One Piece. So
Netflix anime, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Well, not anime per se, but live action. So Team Uramishi makes their live action debut in the first trailer for Netflix's upcoming take on Yu Yu Hakusho. So, for those of you out there that may remember this manga or this anime, Yu Yu Hakusho is about a boy that essentially saves a kid from being run over by a car, goes into the afterlife, and he is given an ultimatum on whether or not he wants to essentially stay dead or come back as a, I suppose you could say, a paranormal investigator, like detective of sorts. to which, of course, hijinks happen and whatnot, and hunting down evil spirits and demons and stuff like that, right? So it's kind of like a detective kind of anime manga of sorts and whatnot. So
yeah, with a little bit of isekai in there.
Exactly, right? That kind of thing.
Yep.
So with the seas of One Piece's East Blue behind them, Netflix has officially begun making way for the spirit world with the release of the first proper trailer of their live-action adaptation, Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, so this is scheduled to come out, I believe, like mid-December, and things look rather promising for this show. I'm actually quite, and no pun intended, quite titillated to actually want to see this, because if this goes well, like they did with One Piece, I'm going to be pretty interested in this. So
if they use the same roadmap as One Piece, like bring the people that created it, and something, use the same roadmap, it could be great. So.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
There might be a really good chance that they might have accidentally learned their lesson with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, definitely. Tree Rock Creations, has everyone subscribed? You're starting to reach 1,000 subs. Yes, I am. Dude.
Exactly. Always like and subscribe.
That's right.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly. So, unveiled to audiences as part of their 2023 edition of Netflix's annual Geeked Week preview event, the brief preview opens much like the original story produced by the esteemed mangaka Yushiro Togashi, with series blah, 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 blah. Why can't I talk? With the series protagonist Yukase Uramishi's discovery that his attempt to save a small child from being hit by a car has instead resulted in his particularly violent death. Okay, so we're going to very carefully go through the trailer here because, of course, we don't want to get dinged, but I want you guys to actually check this out and anticipate this release coming out very soon. So 1 second, I will bigify this and I will turn this off. And we'll pause this like every 5 seconds because, like I said before, we don't want to get dinged. But this does look actually promising. So here we go. So this is him that's actually got hit by the car at this point. So essentially he's I suppose say a ghost of his former self.
Yeah, he got hit by Truck Coon.
Exactly. So those damn Truck Coons. Oh yeah, quite dead. Yes, you are dead. So welcome to
dead as a doornail.
Exactly. And of course, he's making his way through the afterlife on a boat, on a scenic scene. So, as it were. And yes, so you have the guy that basically is in the afterlife, offering him an ultimatum about going back or not. So, yes, he's given the ultimatum of being a spirit detective. Ow, that would hurt.
Yeah.
And you know what? Going through the air like that actually looked pretty convincing for Japanese production.
Yeah, it did.
That looked very hard hitting. So I'm liking this. It's got some action. And he's pulling off a Matrix. So,
that is.
I'm just gonna say that.
Pretty good.
I want to correct your trope there. That's not a Matrix. That's a Rey Palpatine. That's exactly what she does to Kylo Ren's TIE fighter in that cinematic gem, the Rise of Skywalker, where she senses the TIE fighter coming from behind her. And of course, Kylo, he decides not to blast her with the weapons on the TIE fighter because that would be unsporting. But what he does is he tries to run her down the TIE fighter. And so, like, Rey Palpatine, without turning around, and J.J. Abrams loves that people, not look, like the no-look shot thing in every movie. Like, that's gotten so predictable. Like, you just wait for it now in his films. She jumps up and does that somersault with her lightsaber. And by the way, how much super fast running was there in that trilogy?
Right.
So go ahead.
And then Ahsoka came along and said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Ahsoka moved like a 75-year-old woman in those fight scenes.
The Japanese Constantine says Mac. It's like, sure. But you know what? This is more exciting. I don't know why.
It is. This is so much better.
Now I'm gonna say, I didn't mind, the Constantine movie with God, you know what? I was almost gonna
Keanu Reeves.
Kilmer, but Keanu Reeves, yes, that was the word I was looking for. Actually, I don't know why I was gonna say Val Kilmer.
And there's still a new one in the works by the rumor too. So.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
chat. Why do most anime characters look constipated? Yeah. To which more like things. Yeah, too much rice. I'm thinking too much rice. Maybe. So, because it ain't the cheese. So.
こんな俺を信じてくれる奴らがいるってな。しがみついてでも守る。
I'm liking this. I know that they always pull in the action sequences, to draw people in, but you know what? I'm not minding this whatsoever. So far.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks good. Looks promising.
I would go a little less far each time with video.
ドグロ、新しい仕事の依頼だ。面白い案件だと。
Now this looks kind of freaky, I will say. Okay, little, I don't know, spirit, human. I don't know what you're gonna call this, but I'm gonna guess it's a spirit. But
I have no idea. I'm actually not familiar with this anime, so I don't know the lore behind it. But it does look good.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know much about the anime.
If it sticks to the lore of the anime or a manga, it's going to do well.
Exactly.
Why does it look like leftover ideas? Why does it look so much like Matrix? Why does this look so much like Matrix?
I don't know.
It's a go-to. It's a go-to.
It is.
I mean, this.
So I shouldn't be balking. Like, this is like saying, why are those cowboys wearing cowboy hats? I got you.
Vince Womack, little devil on the shoulder whispering naughty things in his ear.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have one of those.
Lilies, I don't know.
I have one of those.
So, do you really? Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this action. And it looks like
this is looking promising.
It looks actually better choreographed than anything that we have seen coming out of Disney, out of Warner Brothers, out of anything. I'm just going to say that.
Asian cinema is always better for fight scenes, I always find. Until John Wick came along, I find Asians always had some of the best fight scenes in movies for me. Anyway.
Very true. Very true.
Oh, God, yeah.
Then it was John Wick blew everybody away.
Oh yeah.
Because it's totally part of their culture, right? I mean, even if you didn't want to fight or anything like that, even doing it as a form of light exercise or anything like that, depending on the type of style that you want to learn. Let's put it that
Asian
way.
cinema. I used to watch the samurai films, Bruce Lee films. I mean, it's like you go way back. So it's like
anything with Jackie Chan in his prime.
Yes. I love Asia. I don't care if it's Korean, I don't care if it's Japanese, I don't care
Oh
if
yeah,
it's
Asian
like
cinema in general.
Chinese, Hong Kong, whatever. Any kind of fight scene, I love it because they put everything into it. Everything.
Yep.
This looks pretty cool. That looks interesting. Okay.
There you go.
See, there's another December release I'm looking forward
So-
to besides not Aquaman. So yeah.
Yes,
Godzilla and
exactly.
this. Yeah.
Aqua dude.
Aqua
dude.
who?
Aqua dude,
Aqua
man.
dude, bro.
Aqua dude, bro. Yes. Oh my god. So this I'm gonna say actually looks a little bit more promising. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm liking this. Yeah, wow, 3 people are fighting all at once. Look at that. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. And you know what, Tree Rock? This is the one thing that I'm gonna touch on right now, okay? While I got the chance, okay? Don't you just hate it. Now, this is just me, and I'm not implying that, you know, you guys should agree with me or anything like that, okay? Because I'm not. But don't you just hate it when there's a fight scene of multiple antagonists, right, that are attacking your hero, and then, you know, they all seem to attack at once, but it seems like one after another, they each, like, take a pause.
Yes.
They take turns
attacking
almost,
the
but
hero.
it's like-
Yes! And
They
there's
did this
nothing-
on Ahsoka, and it was like, come on, her back is to you. Shoot her in the back. You're a
Yes!
villain.
Yes!
Come on.
That's a classic
It's
trope in a
not
lot of
just
the
me.
fighting movies. You know, it's just
I-
that, I'll attack and you stay and wait till I'm done and I get knocked down and you attack. You know.
Yes,
Like
I
we can't
hate
rush.
that.
We can't rush them all at once. We have to take turns. We have to be civilized here and
Yes.
sporting about this.
Oh God!
Never
Like,
mind the fact that we're
Um,
villains.
What's
you know,
worse, that
if you're
logic
the
problem?
good guy, if you got a bunch of bad guys like attacking, I want all the bad guys to try their best to put down the hero as fast and as quickly as possible. Yes, I want to see them fail at it, but I want to see the extent of skill that the hero, the protagonist, has in order to fight off the bad guys. That's what I want to see, right?
Now,
And
let me
see
ask
that
you
in
a question.
this, right? You don't see it in you don't really see it in Ahsoka. You didn't see it like any technically, I guess, in any of the new Star Wars films, any of the Marvel films or anything like
was the
that.
question I
Everybody
had
is
for you,
taking
yeah.
everybody is taking their time. Oh wait, no, I gotta wait my turn in order to attack the hero. No, you don't. Go for the jugular. Right?
Well, I have a question on that one, right? We've seen these, we have not seen a very good fight scene in a while in these 2 things that we're talking about. Have there been good fight scenes? Yeah, but just not in these 2 IPs we're talking about. As far as Star Wars goes, what is better? One person after another till the boss fights you, or the kind of piling on we saw in the throne room where it looks pretty good, but then when you see it again, you're like, huh? And like you realize they're passing the blades through their own body. Which to you is a better approach? Mix it up badly or one at a time kind of?
Well,
a little
if you
better?
go that route, I'd say one at a time, because that particular fight scene in that throne room in the Rise of Palpatine or whatever was so bad. It was so
slowed down.
very badly choreographed that it was ridiculous.
A lot of people say they enjoyed it in the theater, but I was like in brain shock at that point from all the things I'd seen.
Vince Womack says there's a video on YouTube where I think 2 stuntmen were watching the fight scene from The Last Jedi and they were laughing their asses off.
Yeah, I've watched those.
Well, there's people pulling off kill strokes. There are people whose weapons just disappear, so they turn into a hand. Like one guy's hand goes out of frame with the weapon and comes back in as a fist.
I know. Yeah, you're right. Even Netflix Daredevil series had one person attacking you at a time, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like you have like say maybe like for example with Daredevil when he's fighting those all those thugs in the hallway, right? It's like you got one guy that's fighting him and then the other guy that's behind him, right? Thug number 2, let's put it that way. You know, just kind of like, you know, like standing around kind of like, you know, being shifty and all kind of stuff like he's waiting for his turn. It's like, come on, all of you friggin' gang on top of him and try to friggin' put your money where your mouth is.
No, I understand why they
thugs and beat the crap out of the guy.
I know why it happens. You guys give your thoughts and I'll go last. I know why this happens.
Okay. Ray Lucard, Saturday Night Live had a skit about that. Ninjas versus Hero. One guy said, why not all at once? I think he got fired. So, yeah, John Wick only had one person attacking at a time too. Yeah, exactly. And this is my point, right? Like, if you want to put down the guy that you're supposed to be stopping, you want all hands on deck trying to get the guy that's trying to, get through a wall of bad guys, right? And you see that here, and that's what I like, right? I want to see how far the skill of the hero goes in order to, get to his goal. So, okay, you guys.
No, I understand your logic and it does make sense, but you got to understand one thing about cinema. It's got to be more visually pleasing because if you get a bunch of hands flying or swords fighting, you can get lost in the action and it's too much to watch.
True.
And it's like, I can't. What's going on? Where if you have one-on-one, you can actually see the action, a block, a kick, But they always say, swordsmen have said like sword fights usually last like maybe 30 seconds of less, but these movies are massive long sword fights. No, a sword fight would be pretty quick generally. It's like,
I kind of would.
So, like the only thing I can think of where the mass of bad guys attacks the single hero might be older Jackie Chan movie where he will face off against numerous opponents and he's having to use everything around him.
Yep.
Like Rumble in the Bronx, a fight scene where he's using appliances like fridge door, freezer door, ladders, everything he can get his hands on. It's like that's
when you watch that movie again, look at his feet really carefully. One of them is actually a cast with the shoe painted onto it.
I'm familiar with that. He broke his foot.
Isn't that amazing? What dedication,
man. So if you can, if you can hit that like and spread the link around, I would be very grateful for it.
So can I tell you what? Can I give you my quick thought on these fights and why it goes the way it goes? You ready? I hate to say this because but I think a lot of people are gonna agree. We're triple kicking our ass now in the world we've made for ourselves. We need streaming minutes to make a show seem good. So if we had a logical fight where everyone went after him at once, that's over like pretty quick. But if one person at a time goes after him with a couple of quippy words and it's like, oh, that great joke that Daredevil told, they're like, this is good writing. We're gonna get an extra 25 minutes before, like 25,000 minutes before Tot on this one, and that's like. We not only do we have whole episodes that shouldn't exist just to get you to renew, but we have to bloat within the episode for total runtime. It's really sad. I think it's modern storytelling has to be revised, and people have to rethink why they're doing this.
Yeah.
No, going back.
Exactly. Swords are heavy. I used to have a sword. It was probably 10 pounds. So Vince also says, or that one non-existing Matrix movies where Agent Smith piled onto Neo. Yeah. It was a great scene, right? It's because you, in your mind, you're thinking, oh crap, Neo's in really big trouble, and you got all these Agent Smiths like piling on top of him, and then he just bursts right out like it was
great
nothing.
Scene, actually. Yeah, that was cool.
Great scene, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
But now Bruce Lee himself, now I go back to him because I was a huge Bruce fan. He actually could take on more than one person at a time in some scenes, but he was faster than most people. Like that camera, when you see his effects, that's actually not the camera. That's him. He generally was that fast. And sometimes you see 2 or 3 guys attack him at once, but it was rare, but it did happen. But he was not usually fast. So
I was thinking of early Jackie Chan because early on in his career, they were trying to make him the next Bruce Lee. So similar.
Bruce actually hit him in one of the scenes, and I think it was Enter the Dragon. He was in that movie with him. And Bruce hit him in the head by accident.
Let's remember how well thought out the Jackie Chan movie, the Bruce Lee movie was, though, right? When he would take on 3 opponents, sometimes they would just blackjack him out of nowhere, come out of nowhere, right? But if you ever went into the room and there were 3 guys squared off, there'd be a moment where he'd look around and he would devastate one guy and then stun the next guy, and then the third guy he'd be going at it and then guy 1 would recover, stumble over, and then everyone's compromised but him because he's gotten in a massive first strike. So it was always it was so logical. I guess
that's what made it memorable.
Right, and we didn't have to say this is not headcanon. We saw his eyes move around the room. We saw him, contemplate for a second, and then boom, boom, boom. Like he said, the action is so incredibly fast.
Well, that's why Bruce was one of the first true Asian stars of his time, and
that's true.
Yeah.
So from there,
Tokyo Rose,
Yusuke himself are introduced to the series version of the afterlife, otherwise known as the spirit world, as well as his two new handlers, the Shinigami Botan, and the next in life for the job of determining whether souls go to heaven or hell, the childlike Konma. Handlers for what, pray tell, as explained by Konama? I'm sending you back to life. In exchange, you'll be a spirit detective. So it's rather interesting, this kind of storyline. And yes, what was alluded to earlier, yeah, it's kind of like a Japanese Constantine in a sense, right? So following a shot of Yusuke being controlled by his first demon-possessed individual, the aspiring deity cheekily adds, surely you won't refuse since we're reviving you, right? I mean, hey, if you had an offer like that to go back, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to be dead. I mean, let's face it, right? So, and on top of that, he did save a child from being, run over. So therefore, he is identified as, being a good guy that wants to do good things and help people, right? So it only kind of makes sense, right? So then, and arguably the most noteworthy moment, the trailer turns to give fans their first live action looks of the other three members of Team Uramishi, which would be Kurama, Hai, I guess, when it comes to Japanese names. I'm not
Hi!
Yeah. And Kazuma, cutting to a brief shot of a ghostly Yasuke watching over his friend and later love interest Kiko. The scene shifts to find the hero declaring, I realize that there are people who believe in me. I must protect them all with my all, right? So yeah, it's looking good. I hope they keep true to the manga and the anime. And see, now it's wanting me to actually want to read the anime and the manga to see if this is actually going to be like pretty much on par. Because hey, if they can do it with One Piece, then hopefully they can follow the same formula, right?
Crossed.
Exactly.
As this article say that the anime creator is connected to the live action production.
Well, hopefully it'll get into that.
If we could get to it, yeah.
Yes. So after one more shot of Team Uramishi unleashing their abilities, the audience are there finally introduced to both the series' ultimate antagonist, the sadistic yet reserved Toguro, and his demonic shape-shifting elder brother. I guess so. That's the teeny little person. Okay. Shape-shifting elder brother. Summoning the villain, his boss, Sakyo, can be heard declaring, Toguro, I have a new job for you, to which the towering, bespectacled figure replies, something interesting, I hope. Okay, so I guess that would be his elder, more diminutive brother on his shoulders. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny because, you wouldn't think older brother being so small, I guess. So this reveal then gives to a
I'm the older brother. I want respect. I'm not dumb like they say. I'm not stupid. Like, I'm smart, Michael. I'm not like they say, like unsmart.
Pat you on the head. Pat. So I believe in you.
I'm the older brother, Michael.
Here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
The Turk came to me after they shot Pop, Mike.
Did they?
He said he had heroin.
Damn it. Damn them all. So and hello, anti-derivative gel. Hello, listening and driving. So be careful while you're driving. You definitely don't want to crash into something. So does she have his back? Yes, especially in the itchy places. So yes, and please hit the like button and fight the algorithm, please and thank you. So this reveal then gives way to a montage of shots from across Yusuke's time under the employment of the spirit world, including a brief glimpse of his eventual spirit detective master, Genkai Kurama's dark tournament battle against Kurasu, and a 3-on-1 battle between the trio of Yukase, Kurama, and Hai, and the singular Toguro. Finally, the preview draws to a close with a flashing series of stylized title cards, blah, 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 blah. So it's supposed to be coming out on December 14th. And you will see his signature spirit gun technique. So, yeah. So hopefully,
that's what I call my penis.
There we go. So
my
big.
my spirit gun.
There you go. So big and forceful. Admittedly, the trailer doesn't look that bad, especially when compared to most other live-action anime adaptations produced in the West. So, to Netflix credit, here we go. Yu Yu Hakusho's apparent quality seems to be the result of their previously declared commitment to utilizing a unique global one-team production strategy that spanned both Japan and the United States, the same approach to adapt the acclaimed One Piece manga.
Here we go.
To answer Pop Culture Republic's inquiry. Okay. So it looks like they took their hints, they took their cues from what they did with One Piece, and they're going to adapt it to Yu Yu Hakusho's live-action adaptation.
My only word of caution with that is now everyone is going to say that because One Piece worked, whether this is finished or not, whether you know what I mean. Like people are now just going to say this, but okay, take it at your word. I hope.
Yep.
Basically, take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
Exactly. Take it with a grain of salt. You know what? I probably should have invited Brandon, the anime guy, because
I was just thinking about that. He would be the one to know.
Exactly, because if he's very familiar with this series, then I would love to get his input on this, right? Because I mean, that's his gig, right? So,
is there anything that Brandon, the anime guy, doesn't know about anime, and who has a better broadcasting voice? I feel so. Well, he's just got a great voice.
Very true. Yeah, it's quite true. Yeah.
He was shy. He was a little shy about it when I said it to him. I was like, "Dude, you have such a great voice for being for broadcasting." He was like, "No." I was like, "You actually do."
He does.
He's like, "You're too kind." He's like, "You're too kind," but he does, and he's really good at
gotten through that whole plethora of anime that I sent him like over a year ago.
Well, I just want to say to our fans that are listening, if you have even a passing interest in anime, or you want to be able to keep that one friend of yours who likes anime, who won't stop talking about anime from bothering you too much about anime, you don't have to know everything about anime. Brandon, the anime guy, will tell you everything you need to know, and he's interesting, so check him out. He really is a great guy.
That's right.
And his link is in our chat. I'm just finishing it off now, Mike.
So, yeah, it looks at this point, hopefully, pretty hopeful. Okay, it looks like Netflix has probably taken some good cues here, seeing how this worked with this series. We really bombed on Cowboy Bebop, but you know what? Okay, we actually did something good with One Piece. All right, hopefully it's going to be working good with Yu Yu Hakusho. So
and we want to thank everybody over there on Rumble. Maybe you guys, I don't know how many of you have accounts, but we thank you for the likes. A few more would be even better. We love you all. And just honestly, Rumble is going to get better, but everybody over there on Rumble, take heart. First of all, if you're listening on a mobile device, I respect that. I, too, like to live dangerously. But also, it's going to get better. It's going to get more stable. And if you use... If you use Rumble, remember, it's not set up for engagement the way YouTube is, where one video plays into another and you end up in a hole. It's set up more for freedom of speech. So if you don't have an account to make yourself heard, you're not taking full advantage of Rumble. But nonetheless, we thank all 9 of you watching there. We think you're great, and you're helping us get out this message. And if you could hit the like and follow, please do, and maybe make an account. Because the emojis here are great. I'm going to use
And I
one of the
want to
Rumble
hear from you guys on
emojis.
Rumble. Let me know what your thoughts are over on Rumble too, because I do want to read them. I do want to hear from you guys over on the Rumble end of things too. So, and I'm not saying, hey, I don't want to hear from anybody from YouTube, because that would just be suicide. But, or I'm sorry, self-deletion. I want to hear from you guys because we're simultaneously broadcasting on Rumble, and I want to hear.
But yeah,
So Vince
check out
Womack
those
says,
gifts and subscribe to Mike. Or
that's right.
follow Mike.
Vince Womack says, just because the creator of the original series is involved does not guarantee quality. See newer Stephen King project. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'll look at the positive side.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? Honestly, Stephen King is like almost like the harbinger of a bad Stephen King movie, because it's just like he says the first movie he was truly satisfied with was Pet Sematary, and I'm like, have you seen The Shining? I understand that it does deviate from your book a lot, but that was a masterpiece, and this movie's just kind of a fun movie with a Ramones song in it. I'm not slagging on Pet Sematary. I like it, but let's be real here. Stephen King, I think he also said Lawnmower Man was the movie he thought was the best, closest to his vision. I'm like, what the? Sometimes Stephen King used to do drugs.
Yeah, lots of them. Copious amounts even. So an international dream team was also assembled to bring this epic tale to the screen, tapping into the most advanced CG and VFX technologies from around the world, they continued. Known as the most innovative VFX studio in the world, well, it's Japan, so, of course, why not, right? And lauded for their work on major Hollywood productions, Scanline VFX was instrumental in giving life to all the characters, both human and yokai, which are, the name for spirits in Japanese, while delivering realistic battle action sequences. So again, I'm very hopeful on this because I'll just say the effects on this look great. They look phenomenal to me. Taking 5 years to complete the production of Yu Yu Hakusho, the team painstakingly ensured that the subtitles for every character's emotion were accurately depicted in the adaptation. Netflix concluded the fusion of the state-of-the-art technology and the passion for staying true to the source material promises to make this adaptation a standout in the world of live-action anime. There we go. There's another and I'm just going to say hopeful statement by Netflix, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say right now, this is okay, great, we're going to get a phenomenal series because Netflix said so, because we know better on this channel, right?
Right now, we're just running on hopium.
Well,
exactly. Yes, I like that. God,
I like the dopium and the copium better than the hopium.
Because remember, we had Netflix with was it Death Note Live? Well, that was horrible. That was
God.
Right.
We did.
It could be worse. At least they've gotten rid of NBC Thanksgiving After Football Live Theater.
Oh yeah.
And then we had, of course, the one after that as well. That was kind of trash. So they've had a bad, but then One Piece rescued them and it brought it back up again. And now can they hit two in a row out of the park? That's the
but a receding tide brings down all ships. I don't know if these people have had good stuff in the pipeline. You know what I mean? This might be the ricochet or the flawed one. Like they're like we didn't have a chance to fuck up One Piece enough. Female message not inserted or whatever it is they do that sabotages most movies. They're like, shit, we didn't have time to add the sabotagium, and the movie just worked. And they're like, we'll fix that, and that's what is going to kill Star Trek Lower Decks. People who say that that's good, it probably is better than their other shows. I'll admit that, but like now that it's doing well, Alex Kurtzman will interfere and destroy it, and that's what's going to happen. That's what tends to happen with these projects.
Yeah, let's put it this way.
God knows on Netflix it can be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, Death Note and then Cowboy Bebop, which was trash.
Yep. Let's put it this way, okay? Because
Cowboy Bebop was offensive, toxic, burning trash, man.
It was. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, and then you have the One Piece, which was brilliant, I think, Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if they can hit two out of the row out of the park, I would give them the chance. Please, not just a personal thing. I want Robotech made. They have to give us Robotech. I've been waiting most of my life for that. So long.
Gundam was another big franchise that is slowly in the works someplace. I haven't seen anything new.
Yeah, they're working on Gundam.
Live action Gundam.
I've only
To me,
seen
Robotech
one
gets
live
dear
action
to my
Gundam.
heart. It's just
Yeah.
Just take heart, guys. The RoboCop game was in production for like 15 years.
that was an amazing game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm
let's-
hearing nothing but praise for it.
It's looking pretty good.
Let's put it this way, okay? With Death Note that was out and with Cowboy Bebop, okay, both were just bad, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's face it, especially in the case of Cowboy Bebop, everybody wanted to see the, Miss Valentine, right? Not the, covered up version, right? We wanted to see I'll just say it, I'll just put it out there. Everybody wanted to see the sexy version of Valentine.
Nothing wrong with that.
And
especially since the character is a femme fatale type character, who's a con artist.
Exactly. But it seems here that Netflix did something that Disney and a lot of other production houses did not do, right? They actually, so far, and I'm just going to say so far, they've learned from their mistakes.
Yeah, they're not afraid to admit. Let's change it up. It didn't work.
Exactly. This did not work. Okay, we're actually going to listen to the creator, and we're going to keep true to the comic and the cartoon. Using North American terms here, we're going to stay true to that. Let's produce something that is just as equal to that as a live action. And they did it with One Piece. So now, are they actually going to stick to those learned lessons? And is it going to be the same? So far, it's saying that it's going to be. So we're just going to have to wait till mid-December to see if that happens, right? And this is something that Disney and Warner Brothers and Paramount, take notice. Because now we've seen this going on. Like, God, the Marvels now, the lowest box office earnings. Oh, Jesus. Like, God help me.
You figure they learn. Both companies had so many bombs, but we continue to put out the same trash.
Guys, I just want to say thank you for the third like there. Believe it or not, accumulating likes is really good. It can help us do stuff like maybe buy our way into the HD tier without having to pay. Like, it's all about, like, this is in Rumble, it's going to get better. It does suck for browsing. People are saying that. It's true. Vince Womack is correct. But and their front page is a disaster. It really is. They're going to get there. But it might be time to make that Rumble account so that you can contribute to the conversation too. Because we do want to be able to use more of the Rumble Studio. Looks good. They say you could split your stream anywhere. I'm going to wait about 2 months for them. I'm going to wait about 2 months to use it. I figured that's like the way to go. But it looks like Rumble's ready to make a move. And what's been going on is we've seen Rumble sort of erupt to have a greater amount of viewership than they were ready for, and they're only starting to catch up. They're about 2 to 6 months behind at any given time. They're growing very fast. They're expanding fast too, but they're growing even faster. So make that account and maybe even subscribe to Comic Relief Crusader.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Admiral Teague. Vince Womack says, at least they didn't mention the dreaded for modern audiences line. No, you are totally 100%. Yes, it's either they didn't want to say it and they might sneak it in, or that it's really definitely not meant for modern proclivities of sorts.
Or modern audiences like...
Exactly.
Maybe the modern audience's thing is like the in the Rolling Stones. You don't always have to say it. It's implied. It's like, who is he? Oh, he's a Rolling Stone. You don't say, oh, he's the Rolling Stone. You know what I mean? It's like, it's implied.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, I'm
afraid. Never
afraid.
heard anyone defend that Gundam movie. No, you are correct, sir. I believe it was the 25th anniversary live action Gundam movie. That was just so horrible.
It's too good of an idea to be lying out there this long if this particular Gundam production is all that good.
Exactly. So December, I believe what was it again? December 14th that this is coming out. So I am hoping that this is actually going to be good. Yeah. So because I definitely want to check out the manga, the anime, and see if it's true to form. That's what I'm going to say.
We're quite safe here from your pitiful badge.
That's right.
Oh, and on a side note, if I can quickly, when I mentioned the bad Death Note on Netflix, if anybody still likes Death Note, go to watch the Japanese live version. That's actually good.
Exactly. There's 3 of them, and they're excellent. There's 2 main movies that wrap up the story, and then a third one that deals with the character L.
Exactly.
Really good series. I really enjoyed those. So I was like,
And then I would throw in the live action adaptations of Rurouni Kenshin. I saw those recently, and they were awesome.
Oh, hey, Gab After Dark, how's it going, dude? You just made it in time. I'm here for the cartoon we missed on Friday, Mike. That's all you're here for? Damn it, you remind me, because there was actually a little bit of breaking news that just came out. So,
you can probably squeeze extra time.
Breaking news.
I can probably
breaking news. President Biden older than ever.
Wait. We need the sound effect.
Scarlett Johansson addresses reports that she will return as Black Widow for a future Marvel film.
We're breaking news faster than a speeding freight train, ladies and gentlemen. The news moves forward here on WTRN. It's 4:45 here on the East Coast, ladies and gentlemen.
Actress Scarlett Johansson responded to recent reports that she'll return as Black Widow for a future Avengers film. Okay, because we got this whole Secret Wars coming out. As big actors, it won't come cheap. No duh. Robert Downey Jr.
Maybe you shouldn't have killed him off in the first place.
Exactly. Upfront salary for Iron Man 3 was around $25 million. That's true. And you know what? After what you did with Scarlett Johansson with her movie, streaming it at the same time, like when it was out in theaters, basically not letting her get as much pay as she was, I would say entitled to.
Yeah, that was dumb.
She won that. She won that lawsuit. I'll just say this. She's been in a Disney movie that was in production before that came out since, so she's worked with them a little. If she's smart, what she's going to do is just say, throw me a lot more money up front, you guys, because you've shown bad faith. And they'll be like, yep, we need you.
She's in the driver's seat now. A report during her appearance on the Today Show where she was hawking her skincare company.
Wait, did you say the Trudeau Show?
No.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Just making sure.
Canada. So let's see here. It's gonna. Do I actually want to to say anything about that?
But we rubbed the Panderstone too hard.
Yeah, exactly. She stated, "I feel like that's kind of the end, right? Can you come back? Could it be a vampire version of the character? Because I'm here for that, like a zombie version, maybe." When pressed on whether Marvel has approached her to reprise her role, Johansson responded, "You really ask the hard questions." That's not really a hard question. You know what I mean? So I feel like I have to tell you, but I know I actually don't have to tell you. I do not, but I want to so bad. Yes, change the topic quickly. Okay, well, that's rather anticlimactic news then, I guess, at that point. So Johansson would go on to discuss the Tower of Terror film she's developing with Walt Disney Company, which was reported by Collider back in June 2021. At the time she was developing was being developed. At the time the film was being developed by Toy Story 4 director and Inside Out screenwriter Josh Cooley. Johansson was producing the film through her. What? She was not.
I think Gwyneth, I think that she's a little smarter than Gwyneth Paltrow, honestly. But
God, yes.
You know what? But when you work with her and stuff, and she's like, "Come on my show," you're like, "All right," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hold this one against her. And what did she do? She's like, "I have a TV show that's essentially an infomercial you could be on." And she's like, "Fine."
Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like, right? Paltrow asked Johansson, "And are you done with those?" To which she responded, "I'm done. I'm hanging up my suit. Chapter's over. I really felt like I kind of did all that I had to do. And coming back and playing a character again and again like that over a decade of time is such a unique experience." Well, okay, I'll give her that.
They a little bit had her train her own replacement, didn't she? Right? I mean, that was kind of ridiculous. And by the way, having watched Black Widow, I want anyone Anyone to tell me just this one plot point? Just this one, okay, guys? Can someone explain this to me? And in chat, if you have the answer, please tell me. Did I miss the part? Did I miss the part where the guy gets off the wing of the plane and somehow is inside of the plane when it lands? Because they go from Ohio to Cuba, and the plane lands, and he just kind of gets out of the inside of it. We never see any, like, did he ride the wing of that plane? And so that means they stayed like 100 feet in the air. Did they stop and refuel, and he stayed on the wings? Like, nope, I'm good here. Like, just like a dad thing. Like, nope, I'll come down when you stop arguing inside the cabin.
Yep. Vince, you know what? I would love to see that. That would be so awesome. It would be groovy. That's all I can say about that. Groovy.
That would be fun.
That would, yeah. Oh my God!
There's a reason my apartment smells like that. It's not the candles.
The candles. Yeah, exactly. Right.
She lives in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
She's like a California kook who hangs out in Manhattan, bringing us all down and making us all look bad.
Exactly. Oh God. So I don't know.
It's Scarlett. She's hot. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That part's true.
Let's see, Gap. For you, Gap, because I did kind of promise this, I'll see what I can do if I can get this to play again. Here we go. It's going to play. It's going to play. It's going to play.
Right.
And, oh, God, you're still not going to play. Come on.
Perhaps.
I modified you like 3 times. I hate this. Okay, hold on a second.
I just want you to know.
Let me try.
Stay calm.
For you, Gap.
We're all counting on you.
You can bring it down to 420 or 3. You know.
Exactly.
Time for a new computer, maybe.
Let's try this. Yeah, probably. And that one's not going to play. Damn you! So
this fully armed and operational YouTube
I'm trying to Gap. Please don't hit me. So, okay. I'll try this.
I'm buying for time. How is that, dude? That was a
Okay?
pretty good bid for time. It was all right.
Exactly.
Everything is happening according to my plan.
Okay.
It was.
Oh, here we go.
For those that
Your
didn't
friends on the sanctuary moon are walking into a trap.
You've reached Nerve Customer Support. Your call is very important to us, so please stay on the line and a representative will be with you shortly. Calls will be monitored for quality assurance. If you'd like to talk to one of our friendly operators, press 1. If you'd like to apply for membership in the Human Instrumentality Project, press 2. If you'd like to earn the respect of your father, press 3. Thank you. You have selected to be attacked by a giant alien monster. Have a wonderful imminent death.
I try to order Chinese.
Well, sir, it seems you're right.
They didn't drop it at all.
Oh, that's fucking pish, that is. They should be fucking dead. Get out there and twat it, you wankers. Oh, now my pencil's broke. Me man's gonna batter me.
I am just so popular today.
Fucking hell, lads, this angel's getting on me tits. Oi, I hope this battle ends soon, because footy's about to start.
I'm starting to get the feeling you guys don't like me.
No, ma, I can't come home till like 5 in the morning. What do you mean, why? Because I'm hanging out with my mates, that's why, you fucking slag. Alright, was that your ma? That was me ma. She's a fucking slag. Yeah, she's a fucking slag. But not a bigger slag as Gindo's ma. His ma's a bit of a slag. Alright, Gindo, you daft twat.
Just ignore them, sir.
Oi, Gindo. Oi, Gindo. Oi, Gindo.
What is it?
Your ma's a slag.
Did you hear that, Smithers? That was the sound of Michael Bay having an orgasm.
Oi, somebody fix the bloody telly. Oi, are we gonna watch football like this?
Hi, guys.
Fucking hell, lads, he's not even dead. How's that even possible? I spent like 50 quid of my own pocket money on this operation. I feel like a twat.
Gentlemen, it would appear that Operation Certain Failure has failed.
Oi, Gendo, you starting with us? Yeah, you starting with us. Don't you be starting something with us, Gendo. Yeah, you gotta stop starting, Gendo. Yeah, stop starting, Gendo. You gotta stop starting. Yeah, start stopping, Gendo. Don't start with us, Gendo. You gotta start stopping, Gendo. You gotta start stopping, Gendo. Start stopping. Yeah, stop starting, Gendo.
And so I suggest...
Stop starting, Gendo.
Smithers!
Yes, sir?
Release the hounds!
Yes, sir.
You gentlemen have 5 seconds to get off my property. I suggest you spend them running for your lives.
We're not scared, Gendo, because we're the fucking Japanese military, and we're well-armed. Fucking hell, lads, let's scarp. Aye, let's go home. Aye, oh, my mum's gonna give me such a bollocking.
Excellent. Now that that's been taken care of, Smithers!
Sir.
It's time to initiate Operation Probable Success. Blast! Damn thing stuck.
Would you like some help, sir?
No, I've got this. Confound you, modern technology.
Maybe you should use the stairs.
Maybe you should use the stairs so that you can climb up my butt.
Yes, sir.
Damn it! Smithers, fetch me my son. I wish to tell him how much I loathe him.
You mean love, right, sir?
Oh, Smithers, you always did know how to make me laugh. You poppycock! Oh, the devil are you?
I want a robot.
Smithers, release the hounds.
Sir, this is your son.
Oh, of course it is. How foolish of me. I must be getting old. Okay, where was I? Ah, yes. Smithers, release the hounds.
No, sir. You said your son was the only person who could pilot the Ava unit.
Nonsense, Smithers. Last I checked, Ray was perfectly capable of doing that.
Yes, sir, but Ray is currently incapacitated.
So, just clone her and throw out the injured version. Trust me, I've been cloning her for years. It's a doddle.
Sir, cloning is still very illegal.
Did I say cloning? My mistake. I meant, boning. Yes, I've been boning her for years.
Still a bit of a legal problem there, sir.
And speaking of mistakes, Shinji, how would you like to pilot a giant robot and save the world?
I want a whippy.
Come on, my boy. It'll be an adventure.
I don't like adventures.
Oh, you'll like this one. And there's no risk of death because I can always just clone you.
Sir.
I mean, bone you.
Sir.
Damn it, Smithers, climb out of my butt.
Yes, sir.
Commence Operation Gay Emo Kid. Excellent. Now either the angel will die or my son will die. So it's win-win, really.
Don't you think we should have trained Shinji to pilot the robot suit first?
Pish-posh, Smithers. Why the devil would we need to do that?
Does this bug you? 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 Does this bug you?
Well, seems it's time to try a new strategy, Smithers.
Sir, what could possibly work against that thing? I mean, it's obviously going to destroy him.
Trust me, Smithers. I know what must be done. Shinji, there's only one sure way to defeat that monster. You have to pretend that it's me. Smithers, do tell the neighbors to turn down their rock and roll music.
Actually, sir, I believe that's the pretentious soundtrack you're hearing.
Nonsense, Smithers. There's nothing remotely pretentious about this show.
Damn. Well, sir, it looks like the angel committed suicide in the most offensive manner possible.
Yes, I haven't been this thrilled since I boned my dead wife.
You mean cloned her, right, sir? Sir? Sir?
Gentlemen, I am happy to report that my son was able to defeat the angel.
Good, good. Soon the son of Skywalker shall fall, and his journey to the dark side will be complete. Everything is going according to plan.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I like the cut of your jib.
Next time on Neon Genesis Evangelion, Japan declares war on the United States of America.
Oi, is that President Obama? Oi, this is President Obama. Your mum's a slag. Oi, mate, you're trying to start something. No, mate, you're trying to start something. Oi, stop starting, mate. I'm President Obama. You should stop starting, mate. No, stop starting, President Obama. You should start stopping, mate. Stop starting. Start stopping. You are.
Asuka arrives and the show finally becomes good.
Son of a bitch!
Shinji causes the apocalypse.
I don't like instrumentality.
And Little Kuribo brings us more of his creative, witty humor. I don't really care for Naruto Abridged. Oh, you're such a hack.
There we go.
Oh.
There we go.
I just want to order Chinese.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call transcanonical verisimilitude right there. That's right. There's no time to talk about the time, but that time, the time worked out just on time. Meet my friend. He's called Justin Time.
Try to order Chinese.
Oh, that think of you right there.
Oh my god. So as we try to land this plane as best as we can, but you know what? It's just going to be a crash landing anyway. So what the hell? It doesn't matter at this point. I want to thank everybody that came
still
into the
walk
chat
away
today.
from it.
Exactly. We still walked away from it. Oh my god.
Yes.
So I want to thank
Anyone you can
everybody
walk
that
away
was in
from.
the chat. Exactly. Carla Burton, thank you very much for showing up, Carla. Really, really appreciate it. And please hit that like and subscribe and notification bell because, you know, it helps you. And on top of that, I believe Penny had informed me last week that apparently she has not been getting notifications for the show. So if you can, please hit that notification bell so you know when the show happens and you can have a good laugh along with us. That being said, I also want to thank Killer Rabbit from Space that was here. Tree Rock Creations, Len Rod was also here too. John Rendell as well, the illustrious Fez brother, John Rendell, and who else was showing up? Stark of Iron as well. Thank you, Stark. Greatly appreciate you showing up, man. And Penny, finally get Penny in the chat. And I have missed you, Penny. So thank you very much for stopping by as well.
That's nice that Penny's here.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So
all of you, it's nice that all of you were here.
That's right. Wendy Trauma Warrior as well. Everybody's favorite Trauma Warrior, Wendy. Ray Lucard as well. And I keep on saying as well, but because I'm just trying to fill in time right now.
Our
and
friend
Rod
Vince
Thunderheart.
Womack. Did we remember him? Rod Thunderheart was here for a little
Thunderheart,
while.
Vince
Celebrities
Womack.
will be on Manorama later.
That's right.
As will you, right? You'll be on Manorama later. Well, no, we don't know. Nobody knows about that. It could be both of us. It could be neither of us. It could be one of us.
Exactly.
Ranker Steve likes to keep it frosty. We know there will be a good show, though. You can always count on a good show. I'll put that link in the chat.
There we go. Anti-derivative Jill as well. She was also here while she was driving, so hopefully she didn't crash into anything while she was probably getting a good laugh, because that would be horrible. Gap After Dark was also here, so Gap, there you go.
Gap.
Finally, I kept my promise, and you got your cartoon. So now you can go to the bathroom. There we go. And thank you, everybody that that showed up at Rumble. Don't know who you are, but for you guys still watching, thank you very much for participating by watching the Rumble show as well. I greatly appreciate it. And you know what? And the
Tell
one thing
your
that
friends about us.
Exactly, do it. The one thing I do want to mention also, because I probably will not be on Manorama today, and there's a good reason why, because today is my one and only son's birthday, who turns 25.
Oh, wow.
So
congratulations.
Well, that's good.
So
Happy
apparently,
birthday.
according
to Young
to-
Crusader.
Exactly. So apparently, due to the contractual statement that I have in marriage, and the fact that had kids and all that kind of stuff, I have to pay attention to them. So, yeah.
Oh
because that's the
God!
thing.
Well, your priorities are all messed up, but yeah, okay, go ahead.
I
Go
know.
with the so-called
I know.
family. Leave your fucking
Exactly.
friends here, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike and unfollow this. No, I'm just kidding. Like and follow the Relief Crusader. He's a great guy. We love him. And you're gonna get over that hump this week or next. Why don't we do a show like this weekend or something? Why don't we? We're wasting these episodes of Robin Hood, my friend.
I know, but I'm trying to keep busy on top of that as well because I got to get back.
I have to meet a guy behind a warehouse near the billboard by the old airport to get these episodes of Robin Hood.
Gap, I'm glad you peed. Hopefully it wasn't in your pants.
All right.
So
that's
Vince
nice.
Womack, yeah, weak plugging. I know. I'm a shell of a human being at this point. So I want to thank everybody that showed up. I am talking to Flip City Magazine. For all of you that are tuning in, please go to the link if you want to check out Flip City Magazine, because every subscriber, when you subscribe and get your physical copy in the mail, you also get 10% off of Flip City Magazine. So you're going to save yourself a little bit of cheddar cheese on the subscription. So hit the subscription that is in the description and use code CRC to get 10% off for your subscription to Flip City Magazine. Also, if you want to check out Al Nickerson's comic, Sword of Eden, there is a link to that. Go check out his book and enjoy a good read while you're at it. Because what I'm trying to do eventually is trying to get more independent creators on here that are doing stuff out there. Pretty soon, I'm going to be talking to another guy that has already 2 issues out of a comic that I want to bring on here. So, and this Friday, stay tuned for Friday Fridays, because also on top of that, Flip City Magazine might just come on at some point in the show and produce something fun for you guys to watch and read and partake in. So,
all right,
there you go. Yeah,
something cool to look forward to, guys.
Exactly.
Yes.
So check out everything out in the description. Admiral Teague, do you have anything that you want to plug?
My link is a couple of comments up in the chat. My name is Admiral Teague. My show is called Saving Star Trek. You can find me here on YouTube and on Rumble under Admiral Teague. I'll probably be on during the week to give you maybe some watchings of Lawman Bass Reeves. I'm considering that. And I'm on Fridays at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time up until Doomcock. I usually try to get out of there by then. And on Sunday nights, it's about 7 o'clock to whenever I feel like quitting. And then last night we had Canadian Spider-Man cleaning game. Last week he was doing venison on live. So we've been having survival skills, and we will have someone fire a shotgun in the air before all said and done in the Rumble overtime. So come on by.
There we go. Nice. Oh. Lovely. Let's see. Our geeky classic left is Tom.
Well, before they lynch me for my liking of Loki, I'm going to say this now. One thing, one thing I discovered this week, being a person that likes to work behind the camera as a filmmaker, I hate editing. Editing YouTube is one thing. Editing film is a totally different beast.
Yes.
And one thing I learned, and I've known this off and on taking film classes, blah, blah, blah. Sound is the most important part when you're on set, because having to edit bad wind and sound with
yeah, it certainly is. Sound is the one thing you can only get right once.
Exactly. So yeah, it's but yeah, no, the sound was horrible. So I'm reworking that. But besides that, I'm getting to edit these shorts, which is really good practice. It's the filming part was the good part. So yeah.
Pop, you sneaky bugger! You were here the whole time and you didn't even let me know.
He was lurking.
He was lurking. He was a lurker. Lurker.
Thanks, Pop, for showing up there. So, dang, that was out of left field. Wow, I had no idea. So, thank you, Pop, for joining in this whole time. Then, pop culture curator. Oh my God, sorry, I did not mean that.
That's all right. There's so many pops out there, isn't there? It's like we can't think of anything. I kept thinking of something to name my channel 2 or 3 years ago, and all the names I kept coming up with were already taken. So it just
the word pop culture is just you're gonna get so lost with that. I would go with PCR as your brand, and then add something else like PCR reviews or PCR analysis, something like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the word pop culture, like the first 60 results are someone else.
Pop cult.
That's why you have to come up with a name that offends people with like saving Star Trek. By the way, guys, you don't mind if I beam off with oil today, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm going to beam out of
It's
here.
all good.
I love you all. Bye, guys.
Talking about him shouldn't have been
Bye-bye.
allowed to pedal again after liking Loki. So,
wow. Stuff coming
Okay.
up for me. Maybe I'm getting dangerously close to maybe ironing out a live stream schedule, something crazy like Mondays and Fridays late night, or Mondays and Wednesdays. I have no idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
So you're leaving it in the ether.
It's just live streaming when I can, and I'll talk about anything and everything from comic books to TV shows to movies, novels, K-dramas, even anime.
There we go.
Anything and everything.
Nice. Well, that being said, thank you again, all of you out there on the chat, whether you're on the YouTubes or in the Rumbles, and thank you for tuning in and having a good laugh. That's what it's all about. You know, this whole show, just having a good laugh. So from all of us here on the panel to all of you guys out there, stay tuned for more videos being coming out pretty soon. And come back again on the Frantic Friday where we just try to have another laugh. Gap, I will see what is going on with that video to continue the whole nun piece thing. So, you know, because, hey, we're on a roll with that. Or I like to think so. So, or like what Finn said, or be creatively bankrupt like this guy. Yes, I am. So I'll admit it. Yeah. So that being said, thanks guys for joining in, and we'll see you on Friday. And